I think Joe absolutely dips into conspiracy more than he used to in the early days of his podcast. But I support him. I mean, he should be able to do his show however he wants. And that's that. It's as simple as that. Censorship sucks. So I could disagree with some of the stuff that Joe Rogan has on his podcast, but I'm a rarity. I could disagree with some of the stuff he has on his podcast, but I could also support the guy. I want to support his right to do his show however he feels fit. And then I guess he came out and he even admitted that he's going to try to balance it a little more moving forward. But man, he's got a lot of pressure on him right now. A lot of pressure from pretty much the whole country. People that want him to dig in, other people that want him to dig out a little bit. Spotify is doing a whole humana thing. So Rogan sort of admitted, all right, maybe I should try to balance this out a little more moving forward. And then I think they're going to put some like disclaimer or something on. That's just to placate to the idiots out there. Oh, there's now a disclaimer. Okay, we'll move on now. Okay, disclaimer, everybody. Disclaimer on the Rogan podcast. We're good over here. Okay, what are we attacking next in this country? M&Ms? All right, we did that already. Did the M&Ms thing. Let's go after pancake syrup. That would be still. Oh, we did that one already too. Oh, okay. Oh boy, we're running out of things to go after. What should we go after next? How about pizza? Shut up. Let Rogan do his stupid show. But it's going to be tougher and tougher, man, because these artists are all jumping on board. All these hippie artists. All these hippie artists that forgot where they came from when they were against the man and they were against the establishment man. And then what happens? They turn into the establishment. Oh my God, everyone's just full of crap. Charlie Freddy. Joe should go back to his harmless fake moon landing type conspiracies. There you go. I like this Charlie, man. You can't cancel Rogan. I don't know, man. Spotify. No, you can't cancel them, but Spotify is definitely getting nervous. Their stock supposedly dropped a bit. They lost something like, what was the number? Like $4 billion in market value or something like that. Don't quote me on this. I'm not a stock head, but I guess their stock took a hit. So they're feeling the heat. Hey, Sam, how are you, man? I love you too, I think. Yeah, I guess I can love someone I never met. I love you too, Sam. But, well, you can't even say that anymore. Well, what's wrong with loving him that way, Ope? No, oh, God, nothing. Are you canceling me? You can't cancel me. I can't fall any further. Well, I guess I could fall further, huh? But I guess you can't even say that anymore. Look, man, whatever you're into, whatever the hell you're into. Actually, I always believed in that. Whatever you're into, as long as you're not hurting yourself or others. That's been one of my mantras my entire life. I mean, I didn't understand some of the things people were doing, but I'm like, hey, as long as they're not hurting themselves or others, keep going, brother man. You are so brutally honest. I really enjoy your channel. Well, my brutal honesty has really, really messed me up. But thank you. I pride myself on that. And I'm not going to lie to you. Some days I just know I can't help myself. Some days I probably should hold back a little bit. But what are you going to do? And somebody on Instagram, they're like, if you were doing Rogan on a regular basis, you wouldn't be talking like this. I'm like, wow, you just weren't paying attention, were ye? I would call out people all over the place. In this world, you could do two things at the same time. I could support Rogan, but I could also disagree with some of the shit he's been doing with his show. When I first fell in love with Rogan, and I was the one that put him on the channel at SiriusXM on the weekends until they famously told me that they don't need Joe Rogan and they don't need Bill Burr. Go look back in the archives. On my YouTube, I have something called Playlist, and it says Opie's clips, and that clip is in there. Tell the whole story of the day they told me they don't need Joe Rogan and they don't need Bill Burr. God! And I reminded Scott Greenstein of that very thing. He's the guy that runs programming at Sirius. I go, hey, you dope. Rogan was in your hands. He was on your platform thanks to me. I put him on weekends on my channel before anyone totally gave a shit about him to this extent. And you famously, well, you had to write off on it in the end, but you basically said, we don't need Rogan and we don't need Bill Burr. That quote didn't officially come from him, but the people that went to him obviously had to ask, what do we do with the Rogan and the Burr? So he obviously signed off on it in a bad way and said, let him go. Let him go. Great state, you idiot. You could have had fucking Rogan and Burr. But now you're stuck with Howard Stern, 70 years old, talking about anal sex, making everyone puke in their cars as they're trying to get to work. God, are you dumb? Goodbye, everybody. I can't beat that.